I think they want things. They believe that Vijay is going to become CM today and change, Tamil Nadu tomorrow. That is the kind of cinematic
like
level.
The movies.
Yeah, like the movies. First year is going to be very, very tough for him.
There are people in my office who voted for Vijay and have been telling me to vote for Vijay as well. I asked them why. I sat down them for a conversation. There is really no conversation at all. They just say that, sir, please vote. Vote pannungalan. Then we'll see. So that is there is no discussion at all. They don't want a discussion. Vote for him, vote for change, and then he will deliver.
Tamil Nadu election result has been fascinating. One of those results where you actually thought that something will happen, some political player out of the Dravidian duopoly will rise, and then it'll be relegated to a one-day headline. Instead, what has happened is the rise of a superstar, cine star, in becoming a political star, actor Vijay and his TVK. But Tamil Nadu ensured that this dream run for actor Vijay stops just short of the finishing line. He got 108 MLAs. You need 118, which means he's 10 to 11 MLAs short of forming a government in Tamil Nadu. He's the single largest party, but cannot form a government on his own. He needs support. And for a person who came into politics promising change, who came into politics challenging the conventions of politics, will have to face the first challenge and the first compromise of politics. That is, to enter into an alliance and to negotiate with alliance partners. A little bit of give and take. The typical political to and fro. You see, winning an election is one part. Having a fairy tale victory is another. Staying in power and maneuvering through that power is a different ball game altogether. And in that context, is Tamil Nadu going to see their latest heroes' political entry with a lot of political challenges? Let's put this to a quick discussion. All right, joining us right now is senior journalist R.K. Radhakrishnan. Thank you very much, Mr. Radhakrishnan, for joining us. It's always a pleasure to speak to you. Big change in Tamil Nadu. Big upset for the DMK. Number one, let's start by asking you, how do you look at this development?
See, I think it's basically a fractured verdict. Usually the people of Tamil Nadu have given very clear verdicts. If they want to throw out a party, they made it very clear, like the DMK in 1991 or even in 2001 or in 2011. You would have seen that the DMK was reduced to not even being the opposition party in 2011 and in 1991. That's not the case this time around. And of course, same with when ADMK was thrown out. 1996, Jayalalitha, Chief Minister, lost her seat. 2006, again, they barely made it to assembly at all. But this time around, it's a completely baffling kind of scenario. I didn't expect this at all. I thought the DMK will scrape through. But what has happened now is that Vijay has fallen short. The Vijay's party, the Tamil Nadu Kalam, has fallen short and is now it needs another at least 10 members to help out. Number one. Number two happens to be that the DMK has not been decimated. If you see, every single time that the DMK has been defeated, it has been decimated. That has not happened. From the DMK, kind of stable or alliance, you have 73 people winning, which is unprecedented as far as the DMK is concerned. And we can't also say that the AIDMK has been decimated, because the AIDMK also has come back with fairly good numbers. Who has lost out in this whole thing is the alliance partners, be it the Congress, the BJP, MDMK, DMDK, PMK, all of those parties which have contested multiple seats. Like the Congress, for instance, contested 28 seats, BJP contested 27 on its own. And of course, there were additional political parties which contested on the BJP symbol. Finally, at the end of the day, only one of all of those won for the BJP side and 5 from the Congress one. So I think fractured verdict. but clearly a time for change. At the same time, people don't trust Vijay enough to give him a clear mandate.
Ms. Lata Srinivasan is also with us. Thank you very much, senior journalist. Ms. Srinivasan, Mr. Radhakrishnan explained how Tamil Nadu, so used to giving clear mandates, has stopped short of giving that clear mandate this time around, and yet giving a clear message. Not a clear mandate, but a clear message. I want to ask you something about TVK's actor Vijay. You see, he has come in to introduce a fresh lease of life, a whiff of fresh air in the political landscape, ending the Dravidian duopoly in Tamil Nadu. And the first big challenge that he is going to face is to find a partner, an alliance partner. So the very next thing that he does after rejecting conventional politics is entering a form of conventional politics, where a certain amount of give and take will be done, where negotiations will be done. And with each passing day, as we've seen in the past, all people who come in as a whiff of fresh air become more and more and more of the same. Do you think that this is overt cynicism on my part or the truth?
Well, hi Sanket, and hi RK. I mean, lovely to be with both of y'all. Of course, RK is an expert. I'm sure he'd have given you his insights into what is happening with TVK and politics in Tamil Nadu. But I think you're being a little bit. There's a little bit of cynicism there because Vijay is not a regular politician, and I think RK would agree with that because he comes with a lot of popularity and a lot of people power behind him. See, he doesn't have any grassroots level political experience, but what he does have is the faith of the people, and I think he and his team were very, very sure that the people will vote for him because they want a change. Of course, we were all shocked with the verdict that, debut electoral polls and he becomes CM. This is what movies are made of. This is not reality. But this has happened today in Tamil Nadu only because of Vijay, and I don't think there'll ever be a repeat of this in the future either. Social media has played a very strong role. The youth have played a very strong role. And as far as alliances go, he was very clear that he will not go with an alliance, despite the fact that his TVK leaders said BJP was pressurizing them, Congress wanted to form an alliance. But he was very sure he was going to get the majority. That didn't happen. But I think today, what's happening is that all the other smaller parties are wanting to break away from the Dravidian politics and join TVK because they see this as the future of politics in Tamil Nadu, and where this could also help re-energize these smaller parties in the years to come, because they had become irrelevant with the two big players, the DMK and ADMK, and perhaps with Vijay's party being a new party, they feel that there could be a resurgence, there could be, more importance given to them going forward in the future. And I think they'll willingly come. I don't think he has to wait for it. I think they're already, heading out to meet him to form that crucial alliance.
If that's the case, Mr. Radhakrishnan, do you feel that this is a person who's not a regular politician, who is going to face regular political problems? If people are choosing to come and enter into an alliance with you of their own volition, without you asking, of the goodness of their heart, we know politics does not work like this. Obviously, this will be opportunism. They want a shot at power. That is why they would want to be seen with you. And with Mr. Vijay, we've seen many politicians, Mr. Radhakrishnan, here in Delhi. I remember in the June of 2012, where I interviewed Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who said, absolutely no chance of me entering politics. The very next day, he announced a political party. So when you are a politician, you become a politician. That's the game of survival. And that's why I'm being slightly cynical about this new entry, because I've seen this happening.
See, right now, I mean, regardless of who says what, Vijay is desperate for an alliance. He needs, at least 10 MLAs to get the show on the road. Otherwise, there is no show at all. Now, the point is that even if there is no show, I met the Chief Minister today, M.K. Stalin. So I was asking him about the possibility of him and, the ADMK together pulling down the Tamil Nadu Vetri Kadagam and then facing another election. He said, no, absolutely not. I have no intention of pulling down TVK. They'll definitely be there. They'll definitely be able to prove their majority. Now, the point is this. Now, obviously, the DMK, when the strategy is very simple, the DMK will just walk out when, at the time when, TVK has to prove its strength in the floor of the assembly. So, which means that it reduces to people, MLAs present and voting. That is going to be a cakewalk for the TVK. And also, neither 169 article 169 or 173 will come into play in Tamil Nadu because there has never been a case of having a pro tem speaker. There never been a case of having to prove your majority in the floor of the assembly and all of that, because you actually give the numbers and give the when you stake claim to form the government, you actually give the numbers and you say these people are supporting us. Now that is not the case with TVK. They've sent a mail to the governor who is in Kerala. He just come back to Tamil Nadu. Is an acting governor, and to say that they're taking claim. And I don't think they've got the numbers at this point. Congress possibly is the only political party which is considering going, given the noises that MP Manikam Tagore and Praveen Chakravarti, head of the Professional Congress, are making. But I don't see a second party going. I think that the IUML, the at least one MLA is interested in moving. So that puts enormous pressure on the leader of the party in Tamil Nadu, Jabarullah. Now, the point is that IUML has just one big, really, really big in Kerala. I don't see Kunjali Kuti or Panakad Tangal being very happy with what is happening in Tamil Nadu and going with Vijay at all. So, nobody else has actually said that they're going to join TVK. Now, Vidudalai Chiruthaikal Kachi, that is ex-Dalit Panthers of India, Thirumavalon's party, has made it very clear that they will not join hands with TVK. So have the left parties. In fact, Mr. Shanmugan, the state secretary of the party, CPIM, has put out a statement which says that I have not said that I'm going to join hands with, or we are having any meeting to join hands with TVK at all. So that really cuts out the number of people who are available to join. See, let's just I just unpack the numbers for you. Congress has 5, PMK Ramdas's party, Anbumani Ramdas's party has 4, and then there are the parties with 2, which is CPI, CPM, and Vidudalai Chiruthaikal Kachi, 2 each. Then there is a single member party, which is Premalata's party, DMDK. MDMK actually fought on the DMK symbol, so there is no chance there at all. So, and then there is the BJP. So BJP is definitely not going to support him. So the numbers have to come within the left parties, Vidudalai Chiruthaikal, and the Congress. PMK can't join because just now Anbumani Ramdas has made it to the Rajya Sabha thanks to the largest of the BJP, which has insisted and got a seat for him in the Rajya Sabha via the AIDMK. There's a chance of him becoming a minister as well, so in the center. So why would he want to spoil that to have a berth in for somebody, including probably his wife, in Tamil Nadu? So the numbers really don't add up, but I don't see ADMK or DMK trying to pull down the TVK. So it's an extremely interesting situation in Tamil Nadu. I am very sure that the next year from now on is going to be extremely, extremely, curious and interesting, I would say.
Ms. Lata Srinivasan, you see, perhaps for the first time in a while now, Tamil Nadu is going to see what the north of this country is so familiar, or even Maharashtra has seen over and over again, of jod tod, permutation, combination, various fragments, sub-fragments, moving, breaking away, merging. All those things are possibilities which are available despite an amazing debut by actor Vijay. But here's the thing, you see, you spoke of the Congress. Many in the Congress, Ms. Lata Srinivasan, are saying we must go with them. We should have gone with them, but at least now we should. Now, here is a problem. Only today, Rahul Gandhi has tweeted that we should not look at ourselves as only Congress. We should be united as an opposition because Bengal's mandate has been stolen away from Mamata Banerjee. I am accusing my own congressmen also. And then he breaks away from his trusted alliance partner, the DMK, and goes and allies with the TVK. It does not make for good optics. So in each of the political establishment, Mr. Vijay will encounter traditional problems of being a politician. Do you think that's his first challenge?
Well, definitely that's going to be his biggest challenge, and that's his first step to becoming chief minister of the state. I mean, that's what he's been gunning for all these years, and he's finally got it. But it's just within reach, but just out of reach. It's one of those situations, and I think he has, a senior ADMK leader who's now with him, Mr. Sengote and Busian and Adav Arjuna, who he is going to be, discussing all this with, and especially Sengote, I think, is going to be is going to play a huge hand in helping him with these alliances and discussions as to what to do next. Because Vijay obviously doesn't have the experience or the expertise, and he has to rely on senior members of his party who are very few, in fact, for these decisions. And it's going to be tough for him, like RK said. It's not going to be a cakewalk.
I just want to draw a parallel here with 2013 Arvind Kejriwal. I know things are not similar. They may not be similar. Tamil Nadu has its own dynamics. Arvind Kejriwal said that my politics is going to be different. I'm fighting Congress's corruption. Do you remember? And the first term was with the support of Congress MLAs, 8 of them. The government lasted exactly 49 days, but then a subsequent election got him a victory which was so bumper and massive, which nobody had ever seen. Right? It was even bigger than, in terms of, if you extrapolate, it was even bigger than what Modi got in 2014. Now, do you feel that in order to prove himself as a man with a difference, who will do politics with a difference, this is something that he could explore?
Yeah, exactly. This is what both the I mean, people have not told me this. ADMK or DMK leaders have told me this. This is exactly what they fear, and they do not want this to happen. So that is why I am telling you that he will be allowed to form the government. He will be allowed to prove his majority, and he will be allowed to govern. They will not want a situation where this government is pulled down in 6 months' time or 3 months' time or whatever, and then go for another, kind of assembly election. We saw that with the Vajpayee government as well. 13 days, 13 months, and then 5 years. So that is really not going to happen. Let's also be very clear about this. Both the DMK and the AIDMK do not take decisions in a huff. They will not play ball, or rather make the mistakes that the Congress did. They learn from the Congress. They learn from what happened to the BJP. In fact, you would remember that the AIDMK's mistake was that it was part of the 13-month BJP Vajpayee ministry, and then made the mistake of pulling it down. And then they were never ever trusted in Delhi as far as Jayalalitha was alive. And it was DMK all the way till 2014, when of course the 2G crashed, crashed all of them and burned them all out. So the DMK and ADMK are acutely aware of exactly what you're saying, and they will ensure even if Vijay doesn't want to, and as Lata correctly pointed out, his alliances with the people. So yes, run with the people, be with the people, try and fulfill your mandate, and that is what both of them look forward to. In fact, one of the interactions that I've had with senior leaders with both the DMK and ADMK after this was all over was that they were just sitting back and saying, let's see how we fulfills at least a few of those demands. 2,500 rupees for women, 4,000 rupees to unemployed youth, 6 LPG cylinders. And let's not, one was saying, actually, we should let him, be around for a year, so that we'll see what happens with the 6 LPG cylinders. Will he be able to deliver? And then there is this promise of 5 lakh rupees for SHGs, one-time loan and one-time grant of 15,000 per family and all of that. It's like, it's the wish list of every single family that he has put out. Obviously, I don't see, a Vijay crazy person reading all this and then coming out to vote. But the fact remains that the other political parties around the place will hold him to account. And that will be his biggest nemesis and worry.
Deja vu. It's a sense of deja vu for me, Ms. Lata Srinivasan, because this is exactly what Arvind Kejriwal promised. Promised the moon, came to power, fell short of the halfway mark, and then took the support of the Congress party, fulfilled a few of those promises, lowest hanging fruit. And then after that, he gave up, contested the election again, and then got a full term. Many of his promises remain unfulfilled even now because they're just not possible to deliver. Do you feel that this is a model which actor Vijay can also consider. And which is why my larger point that he is going to face the challenge of being a politician. So far, he is a celebrity, a hero. From hero to politician, that change will come now. And that's the biggest challenge for him, not this victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Because unlike MGR and Jayalalitha, who had grassroots level, experience, MGR himself was 15 years in the DMK before he came to the ADMK. Vijay doesn't have any of these factors. From being a movie star, he has directly become the CM. Now, as far as the poll promises go, like RK was saying, also he's made so many promises, which seem to be a combination of what the DMK manifesto was and parts of the ADMK as well, right? And when I was speaking to people in the TVK, and I asked them, I said, you've made such tremendous poll promises. How do you expect to fulfill it when you're saying the state is already in debt and you're accusing DMK, of having brought it to this level? How do you expect to fulfill these promises? And they said, oh, it'll take us a few years to set everything right. But will people, give them that time? What is going to happen? How will he make sure that people give him the time to set things right in the government, as they say? Right? Are they going to be patient enough? Because I think they want things, they believe that Vijay is going to become CM today and change, Tamil Nadu tomorrow. That is the kind of cinematic
like
level.
The movies.
Yeah, like the movies. So unfortunately, that is the kind of mindset they're in. And I don't know how he's going to change that and how he's going to govern. The first year is going to be very, very tough for him.
And do you think that has reflected, Mr. R.K. Radhakrishnan, in the result as well? That there was great faith in him, but for the first time in many, many years, Tamil Nadu decided not to give a complete mandate. That there is faith, at the same time there is some doubt as well.
Yeah, so this is an extremely complex thing that we are talking about. There is frenzy. You see this. I mean, you don't see this every day, obviously. The kind of frenzy that Prime Minister Narendra Modi generates. So when his vehicle goes anywhere, there's like Lata has seen it a million times. Probably got caught in it as well. There are these two-wheeler riders coming very close to his vehicle. Some get injured. All of that. Fall down. All of that, and then trying to touch him, reach him, get a selfie in front of his vehicle, all these things, okay, to generate viewership, to generate traffic into their own sites, Insta sites, and all of that we have seen. And that is just that is obviously the man. So everybody wants an Insta solution, as Lata has said. So that is where I think we are also stuck. I mean, this is I would rather say that people who are now in their 40s, probably even 30s, have not seen the kind of struggle that even people like me underwent, or the generation before me underwent. So they think that all those things that are available today, they take all of that for granted, including the 69% reservation, which is exists only in Tamil Nadu. For the longest time, there has been a exemption to NEET, and now there is a 7.5% rural student intake for NEET, and all that through for medical colleges. So every single thing that you see today existed as a result of struggles. But then the people who are experiencing it today, or cultivating the fruits of it today, have never really struggled for it. Now they believe that when all these things are available, the next things also should come, which is better quality of life. In fact, I'll just give you an anecdote. There is somebody that I know. He's a watchman at a health center. His son contested as a TVK candidate in one of the neighboring districts and has won. And the son, who is a qualified, he's an engineer. Now he says that, look, I want to be a minister. So that is the aspiration level. It's not like, I want a job like R.K. Radhakrishnan wants to retire in frontline after writing some more good stories. But that's not the aspiration level of this new generation at all. They want to be ministers. They want the good life. They want the good house. They want the better car, all of that. So I really don't know what Vijay will be able to deliver from all of these. But then the hopes are exceedingly high. But that is only for the generation that actually believes in him, which is completely blind faith. There are people in my office who voted for Vijay and have been telling me to vote for Vijay as well. I asked them why. I sat down them for a conversation. There is really no conversation at all. They just say that, sir, please vote. Vote பண்ணுங்களேன். then we'll see. So that is there is no discussion at all. They don't want a discussion. Vote for him, vote for change, and then he will deliver. What he will deliver, we will have to wait and see. But then this is the kind of arguments that come back. There is absolutely no attempt at having a conversation, having a debate, having a dialogue at all. There is only this thing of he will do well. What have the other people done? And you can't go back to say, these are the things the other people have done, because they are extremely dismissive of what has happened so far.
What about this fear, Miss Lata Srinivasan, that and this is a reasonable doubt in a section of the voters in Tamil Nadu, and I've heard this from a lot of people. What if he is a BJP stooge? BJP has this tendency of launching people where it cannot perform well itself, or to cut into the votes of its opponents. I'm sure you also must have heard about this.
Yeah, absolutely. Even today, people told me that, in fact, that, he's been bolstered by the BJP and he's just standing for them. See, all these are theories at this point. Okay, we don't know whether that's true or not true, and I don't want to get into it. Perhaps RK has better insight. But what
I'll tell you one dipstick, one marker that we journalists in New Delhi apply. Has there been an ED or a CBI raid against a person? If yes, then he is in opposition of the BJP. In Mr. Vijay's case, he has been questioned by the CBI.
Yeah, but there have been ED raids on him earlier also. So I think once or twice before, and then of course the CBI inquiry with the Karur incident and all that, right? But I think it's a bit far-fetched at this point to say that it's BJP has put him up and he's just their front, because that seems to be really far-fetched. Because given Vijay, from what we know of him over the last 30 years and his journey in cinema, he has always been interested in politics. He's always wanted to become part of the political history of Tamil Nadu, and he's always wanted to be chief minister. And he always, in a way, saw the DMK as his rival. In fact, when Jayalalitha was there, he had a lot of issues with his film releases. So I'm really not sure, whether this whole narrative of him being put up by the BJP really works. But we don't know, never say never. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. But right now, I don't think it's true, because otherwise he would have formed an alliance with the BJP. Adha has spoken openly about it, and how much that is true again, and the number of seats they offered and so on. There's been so much of debate about that and numbers flying around. But I really don't think that's true. But RK, I'm sure, will have his own views on that as well.
10 seconds each. We'll begin with Mr. Radhakrishnan. Why do you feel he did not get a complete majority? Why?
I don't think people trust him enough, and I also think that the DMK has done DMK and ADMK has held ground like crazy, like never before. There is no anti-incumbency against Chief Minister M.K. Stalin. Completely a separate discussion that he actually lost.
And what about you, Ms. Lata Srinivasan? Why didn't he get a complete majority?
Okay, if you see, most of the people who voted for him are youngsters. Okay, the youth, which formed a large, segment of the polls this year, and also a lot of women. I think people who are, more. I don't want to say educated, but definitely people who had seen the kind of work that the DMK has done over the last 5 years, seen the economic, growth the state has seen, people who are betting big, on the industries and in other aspects. I think they would have voted for the DMK, and they wanted the DMK to come back. That is something which I'm hearing a lot. So I think he didn't get a majority from those people, and those votes went, to the DMK, and that's why he didn't get a clear majority.
All right. Tamil Nadu also becomes a fascinating contest and a hot space to watch for political activity now, which was not the case so far, because you had like one complete solid block ruling. So that has changed now. Thank you very much, Ms. Lata Srinivasan, as well as RK Radhakrishnan, for your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanket. Bye-bye.